We're live.
Good morning. Good morning. How
Good
is
morning,
it
everyone.
already? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Cuppa Club with Jenny and I, and we have a special guest today, which I am super excited about. And Jenny, I'll let you introduce our fabulous guest.
Yes. Yes, welcome everyone. We obviously like to have interesting chats anyway, but it's nice to get some different people in, have a chat. And today we have a very lovely Chris Mooney, who's a mindset and resilience coach. And I think that's so relevant right now, isn't it? And we have some great chats, great conversations, and we're going to get involved. So please comment, ask the questions away to us, any of us, and we'll answer it. We'll flash up. Look very professional last week, didn't it? Our comments flashed up on the screen.
Yeah,
So we'll do that as well. And so welcome along. Let's bring Chris in.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Got my cuppa. Can I come in?
Yeah, you got a cuppa.
Ta-da!
My Kylie cuppa.
Smoothie.
Loving the Kylie cup.
Kylie cup.
So healthy, Jenny.
Brilliant.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chris. Welcome along to our Cuppa Club.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me. I was here last week in the audience. I loved it listening to the other Kirsty and talking about the Juno way and stuff. So thanks for having me.
Did you notice Kirsty and I had matching cups?
I did.
Wow,
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Brilliant. K for it. I only had K for Kylie, not Kirsty.
Oh, okay, that works. That's so good. So, Chris, introduce yourself and tell us a little about what you do.
Well, as Jenny said, I'm a mindset and resilience coach and facilitator. Essentially, if I had to put it in a nutshell, I could give a really boring kind of business answer. And this is why businesses need mindset and resilience. And again, as Jenny, you just said, very, very, really important, hot topic, especially this year. But I help people to just unwrap all that emotional baggage that we drag along behind us, invisible baggage. To varying degrees that we all have, and I have this huge belief that no longer is it okay for us to leave it at the door when we go to work, because we take our whole selves to work. So if we can unwrap some of that, whether it's in our personal lives or professional lives, both will benefit. And not only that, but we have better relationships, we feel more confident, we can deal with big shocks and change. I'm not sure.
We've had a lot of that this year.
Yeah. Can you think of anything?
Yeah. A lot of that.
Yeah, just a couple. But I've been doing it for over 20 years, and I think it's amazing to see. I know it's a bit of a reframe, but the way I look at this year a lot of the time is that it has woken people and businesses up just to the importance of how we need to look after ourselves and our well-being, because we can stick our head in the sands and that gets us through a little bit, but not in the long term. So that's kind of what I try and help people with, and I do that through online learning, through one-to-one coaching. I've got a YouTube channel that I'm trying to grow to just put lots of stuff out there to try and help people.
Do you know what, Chris? I need to mention your website. I love it. I think it's great. It's really interesting. And you mention resilience, relationships, and results, and just the way that's kind of
done your homework.
I had a look. I did have a look, and it did make me engage with it, and I found it so interesting, because I think this year alone, I think people have realised how important it is to kind of breathe, take a step back, and kind of stay positive as much as possible. I mean, we all have those days. I mean, I had a little mini meltdown a couple of days ago, and I just thought, oh my goodness, kind of having to step away from my business it's really tough. And like you, Jenny, as well. And we've both kind of said to each other, haven't we? We've had that moment where we've gone, oh my God, I can't. I'm not able to open up my business as much as I want to, and it kind of does get to you. And it's just kind of, like you said, stepping back and breathing and kind of going, this isn't going to be forever. It's going to be okay. Lots of people kind of kind of in the same boat if you see it in a different angle. But yeah, it's kind of speaking to other people as well, and kind of just staying positive, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I think a lot of it comes down to that. There's this new, slightly cheesy phrase I'm hearing, which I quite like, which is we're not in the same boat, we're all in the same storm.
yes,
Kind of
that's what I was getting at. Yes,
Same
yes,
storm, different boats.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
that's
variation.
so true. That is so
but,
true.
Yeah, what I try and do, and I try and make that come through on the website, is, well, a couple of things. Is like I always cringe a little inside when I read these websites, which are like one person, which I am, is just me and my business, and a little network that I work within. But essentially, it's just me trying to be this big, we believe in this and we believe in that. So that was quite a conscious choice to just say, look, this is me, and this is what I do, and this is how I can help. And even down to little things about where I put on there quite recently. I was like, no one ever tells you their prices in my game. I think it's probably different in your industries, but in learning and development world, it's like prices are shrouded in mystery and secrecy because nobody wants to give it away. And I'll say, well, actually, here's all my prices. It's really transparent. And I think that's the way I just try and work with people, is just to keep it real. That's why I didn't go down the corporate jargon line this morning. It's like, this stuff's too important to just say, well, businesses need this, that, and the other. They do, but essentially, I help people to look after themselves. And the thing about positivity is interesting, because I think what I try and help people with mindset and resilience wise, it is partly positivity. I think there's a fine line between then that positive mental attitude of, oh, well, hope for the best, or, well, look at the world glass half full and stuff. That stuff does help to a degree, to a point. But then, as you've said, Christy, that we've also all had really bad days this year more than ever. I think it's really important to recognize them and have them, and not try and rush through those. So much of it's about checking in with our physiology, which we don't do. We're rubbish at that as human beings. We just try and stay strong and just try and appear strong to everyone else. And our body's sending us all these little signals.
Absolutely.
And I would even question actually what your mini meltdown the day, Kirsty. I would over the last kind of best part of a year, I suppose, really, I would question anyone who actually, are you even normal if you haven't had some kind of mini meltdown or some kind of thinking, well, you're sat there thinking, what the actual hell is going on? Are you even normal if you haven't had day in any year, actually? At any time you thought to myself, oh my Jesus Christ, what the hell is happening now? And it's important to realise that everyone has days like that. It is normal. It's part of living. There are good days and there are bad days, and there are experiences and things that happen in life, like this year. And things happen to us, and life, the world still goes round, and day still follows night, and life carries on. But it's that, like you say, being a bit more resilient, isn't it? And realising it's normal, and realising this too shall pass, and trying to find the good things. But also, what I find personally quite annoying is people who are kind of over the top positive in a really fake way. That isn't helpful either, is it? It's important to be real about it, have this realistic view on stuff, and realise, yes, there are positive stuff, but also there are crap days too. And it don't have to be all the time being this ultra, almost aggressive positivity. Isn't helpful either, is it? You need to be real.
Exactly.
And like you say, work and sort of live through stuff. Don't try and rush through it. It is just another day, and it's everything passes, and you will come out of things a better, stronger version of yourself. Perhaps make changes, perhaps learn to cope, perhaps go through difficult times might make you realise you're very good at helping other people get through difficult times, and you've learned things about yourself, learn about experiences of yourself and others, how you respond to situations. That gives you the benefit of hindsight in the future. If anything else could happen again, or different situations come up, gives you the benefit of the knowledge, doesn't it? To think, actually, I've done it once, I can get through shit again.
Exactly.
Well,
I saw a post the other day, and it said, if you've got through this once, you can definitely do it again. You know, you can come back stronger.
Yeah.
Stronger.
I love that. It's been around years now, but I love that meme of if Britney can survive 2007, you can get through.
Yeah, I've seen that. That is a brilliant meme. I love that.
But there is such a thing, as you've said, Jenny, there about this toxic positivity.
Yeah.
And it can be really toxic. And I think what this year is doing is,
I love that toxic positivity. That's the way of putting it. I love that.
It's showing us that if we decide to learn, if we choose to reflect and learn, I think this year can be teaching us a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of those things is just sometimes we just need each other to listen, and we need to get so much better at asking for help. Another thing that we're generally terrible at.
I think we are. I think a lot of people are. You know, I think it gets to the point where, you know, you kind of. I saw my friend yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, I wasn't too great." Yes, you know, the day before, and she was like, "Why?" And I literally just. She listened, and after that walk, we were laughing, and I just felt so much better. So I think it's who you surround yourself with as well. You know, I think that's so important.
And sometimes we don't need or want people to fix the problem, because there is no fix.
Yeah, that's it. It's just listening and being with you,
and quite often given the opportunity to talk and to chat things over, you quite often come to your own solutions, don't you? If you're just given the opportunity, giving someone hold the space for you to be able to voice your thoughts, voice your ideas, just chat things over, you end up coming up to your own solutions, your own conclusions, thinking, oh yeah, all we need is just talk about it. No one needs to give you the answer. You have all the answer. We have everything we need within us. We need to
I love that, because my friend and dear colleague Wendy Ganaway, I don't know if she'll see this if I share her, but I'll let her know that I've name checked her. She has a beautiful way of explaining this, where when everything is swirling around our head, and one great resilience technique generally is to make decisions. Because they empower us, they give us a little bit of control back. And the way she says it is, I haven't got my snow globe here, but can you see my little glitter wand? But sometimes this is what our heads are like when we've got what if this, what if that, what if that. And sometimes all we need to do is make that decision to just do nothing, which is still a decision, not to focus our energy on that. And things will settle, things will bed in. And the decision will come to us, and that is still doing something. It's choosing not to give it our focus, and that's really powerful.
I've just put Kirsty's comment here. She finds journaling the only way to get through mini meltdowns and makes it become more rational again. It's a good tip, isn't it? To journal things, write it down.
Yeah.
I've got I haven't really gotten on with journaling, because I find it's different for different people. What kind of works for me is my little gratitude jar.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I love that.
And that's what I put in, and especially on those days is what I dip into when I'm feeling in the slumps.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Got a lot, but journaling is huge as well. Morning, Kirsty. Hi.
Yeah, morning. Let's see who else is online with us. Oh, hi Becky. Hi Sarah. Oh, there's quite a lot. Amy. Hi Amy. Hi Annabelle. Hi. I think that's it. Yeah. That's who's commented. I did
difficult.
Sorry, I did see something. Kirsty's put we should all do a mini meltdown live.
Yeah. Mini meltdown live.
Love it.
Oh yeah. There we go. Love that. Absolutely love it. No, but I absolutely, you know, I just think for me it's kind of talking, and I feel like when I see my clients, they come in and it's like a release for them as well. So they kind of just talk through, could be what they're doing that day or what's happened, you know, what's currently going on in their lives. And I love hearing it, and I love that connection between me and my clients, and it's so lovely. I mean, they come in and tell me things that they wouldn't necessarily tell anybody else, and it's so lovely. And I think that's really important, that they know that they're able to come in and talk to me as well. So do you feel like that the same with you, Jenny? Do you have?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's that same thing really. People come in and they it's like this safe space where people exercise and they relax and they feel they trust you, they like you, get to know people, to work one-to-one with people, and it's really lovely when people can open up and can let go of its energy and then just chat things again, just hold space for people to be able to exercise in my case, but able to kind of chat things over, or a bit like you maybe do with a hairdresser as well, the same kind of thing. But I was also going to come on to sort of living in that kind of high stress kind of sympathetic nervous system as compared to the more rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. And you can really access that more chilled parasympathetic nervous system. You're much more able to relax, calm, make more logical decisions, work things out. But also when we're doing things, a bit like having to with you, Kirsty, or exercising with me, people really can kind of, their brain can go into a default backup stage where then their brain in the background can be doing all its filing, all its tidying, all its clearing up, all its back-end office jobs, which you can't do when you're in this fight or flight manic, high anxiety kind of stress levels. It can't do it when it is you like that. But when you do take a step back and do something for yourself, or walk, or just take time for yourself to kind of sit back and look at things a bit more perspective and just calm down, you can do a lot of good in your mental condition, mental state of being able to sort things out, work things out logically in your mind and make better decisions. Your brain can do all that back end stuff just by doing something. This kind of active rest is proven to be more beneficial than rest. Sometimes it's not more sleep you need, it's more kind of chilled out time. I think our brains aren't meant to be working 24/7. You know, if we're looking at screens and phones till last thing at night, first in the morning, our brains are working all the time. We're not meant to be doing that, and it doesn't help our brains at all. It's not what our brains need.
That's it. If I wake up in the night, I purposely don't look at my phone. Don't look at your phone, because then your brain thinks you're awake and it gets, it's just no good. No good. So I'm like, don't look at your phone. Becky's saying, I get that after fitness classes, people stop for a chat and just chat, or thank me for giving them an hour for them to enjoy. Yeah, it's really important, Becky, isn't it? That's really lovely that they feel that they can chat to you. Yeah, absolutely.
I think especially at the minute where we're losing that connection with the social distance, I think that things like that we become even more grateful for. Talking about gratitude, it's those little things that make sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a hugger. I love a hug, and I always go in for a hug, even to the point where I think, is this person a little bit uncomfortable with me hugging them? And then I always hug a bit too long as well, and I'm like, oh dear, because I'm loving this, and they're a bit like, I'm a bit.
It's probably best we stay screen friends. I have my personal space bubble.
When we meet, I'm so gonna hug you, and it's unexpected as well. You're like, what is this?
Stop touching me.
Step away from me, Kirsty. Personal space.
It probably will be like that if we ever do get to meet. Yeah. Oh my God. You're rude.
I wonder if non-huggers would actually then become huggers.
Oh yeah.
They've missed it. We will see. We'll see.
I've also just spotted Kirsty's Brittany comment as well. Very good, Kirsty. You're on one this morning.
We missed that
and
one.
Chris is definitely channeling Brittany today with my toxic positivity comment.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. Yeah, she that was a while ago now, wasn't it? Like 2007 or something. That was quite a while ago that Brittany has.
Yeah.
But then I think 2007 was last year, because it's it's mad, isn't it? How
Kirsty is a non-hugger.
Kirsty's definitely she's a non-hugger.
We started social distance club.
But she's very grateful for a Cuppa Club and the other online networks. Yeah, this is great, isn't it? I mean, hasn't the internet just been unbelievably amazing at people getting out there, getting out their message, getting out their skills, talents, their offerings, all online? Hasn't just been amazing? Imagine this in like 1995. I mean, can you imagine that?
God. with a ga-ding, 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 you know, the internet connection.
Dial
It's
up.
like, no, it's not going to work.
Dial
Let's
up.
forget that. Let's forget that. Yeah, it would be so different if we didn't have all that we've got today. Businesses wouldn't be able to work at home. It's just, it's crazy,
I mean,
isn't
it's
it?
been revolutionary for me because I mean, I have been able to keep going. I'm working less than I do normally do, but I have been able to keep going online and do as much as I can and still keep getting my message out there. And I'm also trying to get my more, you know, being more visible online as well. So I've got very good business kind of in person locally, but it's very much getting out there a bit more of online again as well. So aren't we lucky to have the internet?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love memories.
I think Diana. Oh, yeah. I think with that yin comes the yang. I think with you, Jenny, a few minutes ago, you mentioned the screen impact, and I think from a work side of things, I don't know about you both, but I'm seeing so much screen fatigue and like zombies, and you know, just people. I think if the culture where we work was running, dashing from meeting to meeting, it's just become people jumping on video call to video call.
Yeah.
And add in 24-hour rolling news and social media and the impact of all that. I think that mindset wise, that can have a huge drain. So again, it's down to each of us, where you mentioned that switching off, to really tune into that autopilot, as I call it, and really switch to manual and think, right, how can I look after myself even more? I'm the same as you two. I'm sat in front of this thing for most of the day. I've got and I have to consciously do that, checking in. But one very practical thing I got a few weeks ago was a pair of these blue light glasses.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think people have those. Yeah.
There's no prescription in them, but I could just feel my eyes and getting fatigued and a little bit of headaches creeping in and stuff. And of course, the most sensible thing is to step away from it. We know that. But then I got them.
I'm gonna have to see them on now, Chris. I'm gonna have to see them.
Well, I got them for a tenner in Amazon. They're a bit Chris Evans.
Oh, he's such a glasses.
They look good. They look good. I've seen other people wear them as well, kind of to stop the light. Yeah, and the eyes. I think definitely last week I was, you know, before lockdown, I was always with people all the time, and then all of a sudden I was just on a computer all the time, and I definitely found last week hit me quite hard. I think I was literally zoomed. By Friday, there was nothing left, and I was completely zoomed out.
Because it takes a different energy to focus on.
It does.
And not just the fact that you're looking at a screen. I find it when I deliver my online learning, it's that I love to have people's cameras on, and yeah, people are sitting there and they're like looking. I'm like, if you want to just put the camera off for 10 minutes, it's fine. It's okay. Know, because we're on show, we're conscious of how we're being perceived and all that kind of stuff that we get wrapped up with.
Just performing all the time, aren't you? And you also don't get any energy back from people, do you, on a screen? When you're with someone in person, you get a lot of energy back, and you get, you know, that you don't realise it when you're there, but you do get a lot of energy exchange. And when you're not, you're on a screen, there is literally nothing back. You're talking to a screen, where you'll see someone's face and they're replying to you. It's very different, isn't it? You don't get that. You're giving a lot of energy, you're performing, and you're being engaging. And I'm used to performing a lot anyway. But it's different. You don't get anything back from the people as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Becky's saying, hoping to get some glasses that have a blue tint in them, because she's in front of a screen all day anyway. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Annabelle saying, the husband has an issue, his work. He could be sat on a computer for 8 hours if he isn't careful. Now, there are days shortening, factored in an hour's dog walk at lunchtime with a puppy during the day, as if giving himself a rest, a reset during the working day. That's really good, isn't it? To factor in times to get out, have a rest, move away from the computer. And I used to say, I make myself go for a walk. I couldn't go out yesterday because it was so awful, but go outside, get some fresh air, and make it a non-negotiable. Make sure you do that. Go outside and do that. It's so important. You only work if you've got you only have other people if you've got if you're in good working order. We have to look after you as well. So make sure you do that.
Absolutely.
These are all great principles. What I love is that we're talking about them so much more now, because for years we've been saying, you know, we shouldn't have lunch al desco, and we should go for a walk at lunchtime and all that stuff. but we still did it. It's like now I'm working from home for many of us, if we're still lucky enough to be working from home, is that we've got that choice and a bit more control over it now. But yeah, huge. I mean, just the oxygen into the brain and around the bloodstream can, just for half an hour is amazing.
Yeah.
Can do that total reset.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sarah's just saying, oh, hang on, I'll come back to that one. Loving as he gets to the dog all day, it's definitely help his mood. Yeah.
That's science, Kirsty. That's science.
Yeah.
every study with animals just confirms the reduction of stress levels.
Yeah. So I like those glasses. Her son is finding it hard with screen time for uni lectures. I have to check them out. Thank you. Yeah, that's good.
Sarah, 10 quid on Amazon. Don't know about for smaller heads because I've got quite a big head, but I'm not on commission, I promise.
And Libby really enjoyed walking the hot weather yesterday with a friend. Made her appreciated by central heating.
Me too, Libby. Me too. I don't know whether you follow me on Instagram, but I did put a photo up of me when I got back in the car, Chris. I don't know if you saw it. Literally a photo of me. My hair is literally like this.
I saw that.
I got home and I went like this with my hair and sand under my nails. Literally, there was sand, there was rain. I was absolutely soaked. Peeled my jeans off. Coco literally came and went straight to bed. And she's 11. She's a little bit old now. She's like, right, I've done a walk. I'm going to bed now. And so, yeah, weather was rubbish. But you know what? Still felt brilliant after. Just having that walk really, really helped. Really
is it good for the skin, a walk like that?
It can be. You've just got to be careful. Always wear SPF, even though the sun isn't shining out there. You've got to really be careful that you're still protecting your skin with a good moisturiser.
Okay. Good tip.
Yeah, there you go.
You look beautiful though, as a drowned rat.
Oh, thanks, Annabelle. Thank you. Oh, amazing. Is there any other?
And Rob was reminding us, water is so important. Keep hydrated. It's very important. Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you know what? When people...
Fitness, skin, how you feel for our brains.
Yeah, absolutely. When people come in for a skin consultation, I will run through what their diet's like, what they're drinking. And the first thing I would say is up your water if they don't obviously drink enough. And I can't stress how much water is so good for you. I can't. I say it all the time. It helps with so many things. Many things. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It's another conscious one though, isn't it? Because I have, for the last year or so, I've like many of us, I'm sure, trying to get into drinking more. So I have my coffee, and then I've created this new habit where I bought one of those big 2-liter jug things. You've probably seen me drinking out of it on our sessions. And after I have that, I switch on to the water for the rest of the day. And my target is to make sure I get that drank before I go to bed that night.
Absolutely. Do you know what I always say? If you fill up a water bottle and just have it on the side, and then as long as you're getting through that during the day, that's fine. You don't need to kind of drink pints and pints when you wake up. I tend to drink a pint when I wake up in the morning before I have a smoothie or a cup of tea, because then I know it's done, that I've had some water. And then during the day, I will have like a decaf tea. I have a Diet Coke. Sorry, Jenny. Sorry.
I have to come on clear on this. I do actually like cold glass of I have full fat Coke. I don't drink tea or coffee or anything like that, but I do quite like just a little bit of full fat Coke.
Yeah. A little bit of what you fancy.
Bit of caffeine, bit of sugar.
Yeah. I do like Diet Coke. It's just my thing. I mean, I don't drink a lot of alcohol, but when the kids are in bed and I sit down, I'm like, with a can of Coke. There you go. I love it. So I did go to the dentist the other day, and she went through everything, and she went, so do you drink, do you smoke, do you do this, do you do that, do you have lots of sweets? I was like, no, but I really like chocolate crisps and Diet Coke. And she just went, okay, try and limit that down for a little bit. I was like, okay, yeah. I don't have a lot. Don't take that away from me.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard life if we can't have anything we like. But yeah, in moderation. In
Yeah,
moderation.
moderation.
I've got to agree with this one though. Full fat Coke is actually a hangover cure. Do you not agree?
Tip.
Yeah,
Good tip.
I do. Yeah,
Definitely.
So right, Sarah. So right.
Followed
And
by a little
full fat Coke is also really bad for you. But if you're not feeling great, it can help, can't it? Bit of sugar, bit of caffeine, bit of
Oh
salt.
yes.
sugar
Oh,
rush and then snooze when you crash.
Yeah, then snooze.
I like that.
Much better. Love it.
I like that. I like that. Oh, brilliant.
All right.
Any other comments that are coming through?
Becky's enjoying the cold glass of full fat Coke as well.
Amazing. Amazing.
And free exfoliation from the sand.
Yes.
That's where my thinking was going, Becky. Yeah.
I did yesterday, that's for sure. Literally at one point, had my hood up and I was holding it and I couldn't even see my friend next to me because it was really bad. And we were like, good idea to come down to the beach. Oh my goodness, crazy times. But yeah, so if I just mentioned, if people are watching this back, then you are able to ask any other questions and then we can kind of answer them at some point, whether it be for me, Jenny, or Chris. But yes, thank you for joining us,
Great.
Chris.
You're welcome. It's been lovely.
I loved you being on. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, but yes, we are back next week, aren't we, Jenny?
Yes, back next week. Yes, absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Yes, we've got Steph joining us next week.
Steph next week, yeah, and then one more week after that, and then that's it.
Great.
Isn't it? So yes, I hope everyone's enjoyed it, and thank you again, Chris, for coming on. And
Thanks for joining us, Chris. Thanks for your chat and your time.
You are welcome.
Thursday, so it's brilliant.
Yeah, and I should be in the audience for Steph next week. If I could just do a very cheesy quick plug on particularly on the YouTube side of things, because I'm building up quite a nice little collection now of videos that people seem to be finding them helpful when it comes to their mindset and resilience. So if you just search CM Learning on the YouTube, I should pop up somewhere near the top, or I can pop a link in the chat.
Yeah, pop a link into the chat, and then I'll do it again on Instagram. And
there's a weekly mindset video. So like yesterday's was on lockdown tips to help get us through lockdown 2.0. So stuff that hopefully just helps people to keep mindset and resilience front and center. Be great to have.
The videos that I've watched that you've done are brilliant, really good. So everyone needs to go and watch.
Thank you.
But yeah,
Chris is on Instagram, YouTube. I guess you've got a Facebook page as well.
Yeah, I get around. Yeah, all the usuals. Yeah,
all the usuals. Find you on there. Lovely.
Amazing. Yeah, we'll pop a link into the comments as well, Chris, and then, like I said, Jenny and I can do our thing on Instagram as well. But yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Love to see you. Thank you again, Chris. See you next week, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.